Alright, hello everyone. You're welcome to this particular session. Right, so um, this is very early in the morning, it's raining, and I wanted us to do this particular section here, the database session. So I had the session has been taken last week, so I want us to quickly look into it and see what we can do. Okay, week 1. Alright, so let me, just as you guys know, I won't be watching the videos and reading all this stuff, so I'm just going particularly for the tasks. So, and pardon the background noise. Let me see if I can remove the background noise. Alright, so if I need sound from the PC, going to add that. Alright, so I'm just going to look for tasks. Why is it taking so long? MySQL installer. I think almost everyone has done this, installing MySQL installer. Workbench, the shell, router, documentation, and examples. Picked all. Well, okay, then using MySQL Workbench. Alright. Alright. Let's click to access class recording. Oh, finally, create a sales database. Finally, a project. Creating a sales database. Write an SQL query to create a database named sales database. Creating and dropping a school database. Write an SQL query to create a database named SchoolDB. Then imagine it was a test run, and use the drop command to delete it. We are not even submitting this. Well, no problem. Let's just do this. Alright, so the way we're going to do this now, alright, we're going to use Workbench. Alright, we're going to use our Workbench to do this, and I'm going to make sure I explain to you step by step to our understanding. Alright, so now first of all, we need to, for some of us might actually not have the Workbench yet. Alright, and this could actually be something very concerning. So let's see. So what you want to do is, if you have MySQL installed before, then you're going to see the MySQL installer stuff. So just click on it again, allow, yes, MySQL installer 1.6. so it's loading. So once it loads, it brings out this particular page here. It says MySQL installer blah blah blah. So for you guys, it might actually show only MySQL server. That's if you don't have Workbench. So if you're seeing only MySQL server, click on add. When you click on add, click on applications. When you click on applications, this is the Workbench. So click on plus, then click on Workbench, and then choose the latest one. Alright, so I have it installed already, that's why it's not showing. So then I'm going to close this. Then documentation. Okay, I don't think I have installed any documentation, so I can install any documentation if I want. I can just click on it. Then after clicking on it, I click on this arrow to pass it here. So this same thing I did right here is what you do for the workbench, right? Then you click on the arrow to pass it there. And let's see which one is this. Samples and no, I just want to use this documentation as an example. So then let's use shell again. Let me grab shell, the latest shell too. Then pass it in. Then let's close shell. Then router, pick the latest router, then pass it in, then close it again. I think that's all. So I'm just going to come here and then click next. So everything is ready to be updated, to be installed. So I'm going to execute this. Alright, so it's loading, and I would have to cut this section. So once they finish install, although it's very fast, it's not going to take more than 2 minutes to do everything, but I'm just going to cut this section and add. That's if at the end of the day we are not using more than 30 minutes for the whole video together. All right. I'm very sleepy. 2:45. My goodness. And I'm still waking up by 7. Alright, so it's done. Then we just hit next, then execute. Alright, so this one is going to be faster than before. Okay. Alright, so it's completed, everything is completed, so we can go next, and then this one is ready to be configured. Next. So actually I don't know, I think I should just leave it like this. Just leave everything like this. So done, and then next. So, and that's it. So oh, my SQL no, don't worry, we're using a GUI first. So that's just it for this particular session here. So then that means you can now come back to your search and then say workbench, you're saying it's MySQL workbench, or you type MySQL, then you're going to see workbench. So I'm opening this. Alright, so we are given, so we need to log in. Alright, so you need to log in. This is what you're going to see: MySQL connections, root localhost 3306. So if I should click on this, I should be logged in automatically. Okay, but for you, if you're just doing it for the first time, it will request your password. So you input the password you used while you were installing this particular project. All right, so where is it? Yes, okay, PLP. Creating a sales database. Write an SQL query to create a database named sales.db. Let me just copy it. Sales.db. Alright, so, and we all, if you're, in case you're not familiar with it before, for those who have seen a video or who have actually joined in a section where I was teaching to use database, you remember I said you to make a database, we use the command line create database, and then we're going to add the name of the database we asked to create, paste, then add semicolon. Alright, so let's see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens. So I'm going to click on this to run. This is what you use to execute it. Alright, so, and then it says one row affected, and as you can see, this green dot here is showing that it has been created successfully. Alright, so now what was the next instruction again? It says creating and dropping a school database. Write an SQL query to create a database named school.db. Then imagine it was a test run and use the drop command to delete it. Okay, alright, so I'm going to do this. Alright, so I'm going to say we want to create the other one here, right? So now I need to create the database first. Okay, so we're doing it the same thing: create database, and then school DB. I thought I had the sound of the door. Okay, school.db, sorry. Then I can now highlight this and run. So, and then it says school.db, one row affected. Oh, apologies. Sincere apologies. So this is actually telling us also that this has been run successfully. Alright, so it's showing us now that this actually worked successfully. So there is something else that we can do. Alright, there's something else that we can do here particularly. So we are asked to create it and then remove it, but then it will not actually make sense if we just create it and remove it without confirming if it is actually created or not. So we can use the command show databases. Alright, and then as you can see, this Airbnb was the one that I created when we started this PLP. Then this MySQL, this MySQL is just like the is it the terminal? Yes, I think the terminal in that place there. So then we have sales DB, these ones that we just created, and then we have school DB, also school DB here. And yes, so this is telling us now that our databases are available. So now what I want to do next is drop. So we want to drop the one that we are asked to drop, which is the school database, right? So we're just going to say drop database again, just as the way, just like when you were creating it. So drop, use uppercase, don't just use uppercase. Drop database, then school DB, and then I'm going to highlight this and then run. So you might be wondering that why am I always like why did I start highlighting before running? It's because if I just run without highlighting, means I want to run everything, and then this one has been created before, so you get the point now. So just to run this particular line that was highlighted alone. Okay, so now I've dropped it, and then now let's show databases again. Alright, and then as you can see, we only have sales.db. now we no longer have school database anymore. So that's it for how to do this particular simple trick that's actually out here, and it's very funny. Let's see what minutes this is just 19 minutes. Okay, let's do something in addition to it then. All right, so we have a 5 question for the database for database quiz, 15 minutes given, and then 10% pass mark. Wow. So shall we begin? Yes, we shall. All right, so let's start the quiz. Now the first question yes is, what is a database? A collection of related tables. B, a collection of programming code. C, a type of spreadsheet. D, a document with text and images. I think this is very, very cheap, so we don't even have to even think too much to know what the actual answer is here. A collection of related tables, actually. So question 2, which of the following is not a type of database model? A, relational. B, no SQL. C, object oriented. And D, binary. Which one is no SQL? I don't know which one is no SQL. Wait, there is no SQL. No SQL is using a MongoDB. MongoDB Redis, the one that used to store data as documents and then having a graph. Yes, no SQL. So who is now the binary? No, binary is sounding odd. Binary is a data format, it's not a model, so you will be the black sheep here. Binary. Alright, question 3. Which database management system, DBMS, is known for its open source nature and use of SQL? A, Microsoft Access. B, Oracle Database. C, MongoDB. And D, PostgreSQL. Now this is very cheeky and sketchy. Alright, so but if you've read all those things from the beginning, it says known for its open source nature and the use of SQL. So it is definitely PostgreSQL. Now, because Microsoft Access is not open source and it's part of the paid Microsoft Office suite. It uses SQL like queries, but it's proprietary. It's proprietary. Or how do they even use to mention it? Proprietary, something like that. Yeah. So and then for Oracle database again, forget about it. It's not open source. So one of the most expensive enterprise DBMS. And then for MongoDB is open source. It uses SQL. It doesn't use SQL, but it is open source. MongoDB is open source. You can access it, but it doesn't use SQL. So it's no SQL, and it uses Bison JSON style documents too. All right. So Postgre is actually the correct answer here. All right. So to question 4, what is the primary key in a relational database used for? A, to establish relationship between tables. B, to ensure that data is stored in binary format. C, to uniquely identify records in a table. And D, to create backup copies of a database. Alright, so it says, what is the primary key? The primary key in a relational database. So to understand the primary key, you need to understand the art of relational databases. So let's go straight into it. You see, like to establish a relational database, relationship rather between tables, you need like how do I put it? You need to understand the linking of one table's field to another table's primary key. So and then this now, if you look at it, to establish the relationship between the tables is actually not what it's actually close, but it is still wrong due to the fact that it is usually in a foreign key job actually, right? And then if we say to ensure data is stored in binary format, that is a red flag, because binary format is about storage engine, not keys. I hope you're getting it. And then C here says to uniquely identify records in a table. So yes, this is exactly what the primary key does. So it ensures uniqueness for every row and cannot be null. So and it's often used to like reference rows from other tables. You get. Then the last one, which actually is not the answer, also to create backup copies of a database, is actually not correct because it's not related to keys at all. Backups are like admin level operations, so it's not even relating to anything database or stuff. Alright, the fifth question, which happens to be the last question: in a relational database, what is a foreign key? A key used for encrypting data. B, a key used to unlock database tables. C, a key that points to a primary key in another table. D, a key used to sort data alphabetically. So if you follow vividly with my former explanation, and perhaps if you've read all these things before, and if you notice the pitch in my voice, you would have actually know that a key used for encrypting data is not correct, because this is like a cryptographic key, so it's not a database key. Then a key used to unlock database table is also wrong. There is no unlocking with keys like this. Then a key that points to a primary key in another table. Yes, this is the exact definition of a foreign key. So it is used to enforce referential integrity, and then it links two tables together, and then it makes it easier to even point to primary keys in another table. So this is our answer, and this guy, I don't know you now. So that's done using order by in SQL, so not with key. Alright, so let's finish our quiz and then see what we get. Alright, so we passed, and 100%. We give it our 100% shot, so we passed this. And then, so I'm going to stop this particular session now. This is 27 minutes. And you can just click on continue learning. And yes, so I'll see us in the next Okay, let's just say very satisfactory. Very satisfactory. Very satisfactory. Very satisfactory. Alright, and then here comes the assignment. Right click to access week 1 assignment. Okay, let's first see this week 1 assignment description, introduction and foundational skill, exploring the exciting world of SQL and database. This week we will be diving into the exciting world of SQL and database. We will explore what SQL is used for, how it benefits web applications, and the building blocks of database, table, columns, and data type. Week 1 class assignment. Right click to access week 1 class assignment. So you're not going to watch me do it, but I'm just going to open this here and see. Okay, accept this assignment. So I'm going to accept this, but then this should be for another session. So I'm doing this up. Alright, so thank you for joining in till the end of this SQL database, whichever, I can't even remember the name again, session, and I'll see you in the next update. So if you need a section with me on SQL, you need a one-on-one session with me, do well to reach out to me and we'll schedule our lessons, and you can join in with others too who have actually been doing their lessons also. So once again, I want to use this opportunity to thank all our contributors. I'm thanking all our contributors, you guys that brought this channel this far. Thanking you guys. It's really a privilege partnering with you guys. So thank you once again, and we appreciate you from Great Tech Up team to you all. And yeah, so thank you, and I'll see you in the next update.